Hi there, and welcome to the 100 Meditation Tips. Thanks for tuning in. In this tip, we're looking at the power of analogy to help us with our meditation. So, as you're probably aware, Buddha was a master of teaching meditation, a master of talking about how to understand our mind. Because as we know, training in meditation is dealing a lot with our mind, learning to harness the power of our mind, control it, train it to do what we want it to do, so we become the master of our mind as opposed to our mind being the master of us. But one of the tricky things when we are looking at the mind, talking about the mind, is it's not tangible in the sense that you can't see it, you can't feel it, taste it, and so forth. So to kind of help us understand our mind and to help us train our mind in meditation and get a deeper experience, Buddha used analogies. And one of the analogies which comes up again and again, and there's a reason why, because it's so effective, is that our mind is like the ocean and our thoughts are like waves coming out of the ocean of our mind, our conceptual thoughts. So an analogy is exactly that. It's a means to helping us understand. So we don't want to take this literally. So there is a meditation where we imagine that our mind is like a vast ocean mind, and our thoughts are like waves arising out of the ocean of our mind. Now, because we are very conceptual, if we do this meditation, what we can start to do is think, okay, so what colour's the ocean? Whereabouts is the ocean? How big are the waves? And we start to get a little bit carried away with the analogy instead of using the analogy as a tool to take us deeper into our mind. That's exactly what it is. So eventually, the analogy we drop and we go into the experience of meditation. The analogy is just to get us started. So our mind is like a vast ocean. There's no limit, there's no end to the ocean. And our thoughts, we have countless thoughts in the sense that there's countless waves rising out of the ocean. Our thoughts are like waves coming out of the ocean. And to take the analogy even further, to help us with our meditation practice, the winds of distraction, they push, move the ocean of our minds. So there's a continuous turbulence, continuous movement. We know, there's a continuous movement in our mind all the time. It's very difficult to completely still the mind. But when we can start to reduce distractions, both in formal meditation and in our daily life, start to really focus our mind, then the winds of distractions simmer down. They cool down. They slow. They reduce. And as they reduce, the conceptual thoughts, which are the waves, they also pacify and still. So the ocean of our mind starts to become still. It's a fantastic analogy. It's a very famous analogy. It's so helpful to use in our contemplations, and it's a real creative, effective way to go deeper in our meditation. We can actually sit. It's a meditation we can just sit and reflect on. We can look within and reflect on this analogy. Bring our attention, let's say, into our center of our body, into our heart area, and just reflect that our mind is like a vast ocean and our thoughts are like waves arising out of the ocean. So that's using analogy. There's many other analogies, but sometimes good just to take one and make progress with that. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope to see you again. Bye for now.